Alright, so here we are, and I've done a little bit of spraying. Now, admittedly, this is the very first time I've actually ever used a spray gun, and the little thing I've got here was a gift from a friend of mine. And it's awesome. It's been really, really fun. You can see we've been kind of really messing around down here. I've got Vallejo paints at the moment. I did just get these ones, surface primers. I've got the grey and black surface primer from Vallejo. That's kind of the box of tricks down there at the moment. But currently, I'm going through and I'm trying to pre-paint. So everything's still on now. This is all, they've all received a coat of the grey primer, and I've seen some people do a black prime on the underside when they're going to use like the sky color or the off-white for the underside. But I'm not sure. I think I'll probably just for the moment, I'll stick with this the way it is at the moment. But on the other side there, I've done a pre-coat of the black base, and I've done it on the back part of the seat there. Where's the other piece? Oh, and I'm probably going to do, I think the Hawker Hurricane, that was the two prop was the original version of it, which I think is the version that they started the Battle of Britain with. And then I think they got updated to new engines and to more powerful engines and the three-blade design propeller. But I think I might focus on this one, which is the two-blade prop from earlier on. So that's currently that at the moment, where I'm up to. You can see this is my scene. I build out on the back decking here in Australia, up in the Blue Mountains, and this is where I work. You can see my boy Daniel. He's pretty heavy into he likes the Warhammer 40,000 stuff, so he's got a fair bit of this floating around. But yeah, this is just, I mean, it's not super professional or anything like that, but it's yeah, a lot of fun. So let's see what happens. All right, so the next step was doing a spray of the interior parts for the cockpit. Just here, so kind of have a black base, went over with the green. So actually there was a grey base first and a black base, and then the green over the top, which was a bit of a concoction, I have to admit. Just something I put together. And so that's the black. That's, I think, the more modern seating. And I think this has got the more modern appointments. Whereas this one here, it's with this set. And this is the set that I want to use because it's the twin prop as opposed to the three prop. So I mean, you can't really see anything, sorry. So that's the set that I actually want to use. I don't believe this one. I think this one might be the carrier version, possibly. I might be wrong. And I've done the spraying underneath there in that section. So then the next thing I'll do is we'll get working on George over here. But I think I'll pop him in. So I might put a little bit of time into doing that this afternoon, and I'll take him off the sprue, and I'll probably pop a toothpick up him and stick him on some blue tack. That might do the job, and that might be it for today, so I can make sure that everything's dried. Oh, and I do need to get this, I think it's the gas canister for the landing bay. I have to do that as well. So that's the next thing I need to do. So, well, I could do this. I'll show you what I mean. Hang on. So this is basically what I've been doing. I've just been doing this on some old newspaper. And turn that over. I figured it ended up coming out a little bit light, the actual colour that I ended up using in there. So it's not a very quiet one, but it does the job. It ended up coming, the green ended up coming up a little bit light. But I figure if it's going to be in the shadows anyway, it's going to come out quite dark. So I'll let this dry now, and I'll give the seat rest here another coat. So I want it, it's a bit more grey. Oh, no. I think there's a shot of white coming through there actually, so I might just fix that and might just add a little bit more paint. I've just been using a bit of olive. So this is the paint that I'm currently using, the Vallejo. But I'm very excited about the possibility of actually using or ordering some paints from Outlaw Paints, who I believe are Aussie based. Australian, so I do like supporting the Aussies, being that I am one. And yeah, just mix that in there. Now, keep in mind, guys, I got no idea what I'm doing. This is why I did not spend a lot. I bought a beginner kit really. So, oh hello, turn that back on. Yeah, you can see that white. So I put some white in before. I think it's coming through now. I think that's going to work out quite well. And just in case I decide I want to do the 3-prop version, I might bring this out and we'll do the seat rest. There, see that green's coming through now. Now that works. Yay! Alright, that's much better. I'll bring the other one back. This stuff dries really, really, really quickly. There we go. That's a bit more green. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Much happier with that. A little bit darker, just a touch. I know I just said before I don't want it to be too dark, which I don't. And no fancy schmancy camera holding stuff here, guys. It's all real life. Let's do that again. Just hit that with a bit more green. That's much better. I'm much happier with that. One thing I realised is you can't just... I'll turn him off. One thing I did notice, right, you can't just hit it. And this is coming from a beginner and a novice, and everyone who's done this for years is all going to go, everyone's going to go, oh, duh. But you can't just spray it from one angle, like straight down. You kind of got to come over and get these side bits. Like I'm having a look here, and I can see there's a bit of grey. There he is. Now he's gone. So you've got to get, you got to get the sides, I think, as well, and be careful to get those. And everything else can get touched up. I'm quite happy with that now. So everything else I can, when it comes to putting everything together, I'll be able to do that then. So anyway, okay, cool. That's Adam Harrison from, what am I calling this thing? Adam Builds Models, something like that. But that's me anyway, so cool. And this is the progress. So it doesn't exactly look like this yet. But I suppose, how long has this been? Oh, I did about 3 hours today. And literally, you cannot see nothing, especially in this light. But I'm happy with it. I am actually very happy with George. I think George has come up really nicely. See if we can get him in the picture there. Yeah. There he is. Hey, George. And I gave him a red sash, or beret, not beret, cravat. A nice red cravat. I think he would probably like that. And so the inside, it's very, you really just can't see. I'd have to have the light on or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's come together really nicely. A couple of things that I wouldn't do going forward, because I pre-sprayed the entire kit. And what I found is when I put and this is obviously a tip for very beginners, kind of people like me, because I've never used spray before. But what I think I'll do next time is do all the inside first. I'm not going to not spray or undercoat anything. And then I'll put a base coat on once the planes or once the model is in this kind of state. So once it's basically ready for me to start doing the paint job, and after the assembly, because it kind of bubbles a bit, and but that's the whole idea of this kit. It was all about just trying something and practicing using the spray kit that I've got now. So, but I'm really happy. I think it's come up really nicely, and the spray kit was fantastic underneath. Again, the lighting at the moment now is it's gotten quite dark here, which is why I finished. But that's actually come up really nice. And it does need a couple of some little touch-ups in there and things like that. But yeah, it all went really well. So that was today's little effort putting together my Hawker Hurricane, which I'm really happy with so far. Such a pretty plane, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Lovely. Must be amazing to fly one. Okay, see ya.